Hey, you, broke boy. You got any mustard that kind of tastes like shit over there?
But of course.
And we're back. In today's episode, we're gonna do everything we need to do to get the Bentley Arnage T ready for auction. It's been almost exactly a year. I've had some fun, I've had some headaches, but it's been a journey. I wanna do the finishing touches so that this can bring top dollar. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose my literal shirt with this car. It was $19,000 when I bought it, the cheapest Bentley Arnage T I could find. I fell in love with the beautiful color, but mostly I won it accidentally, bidding $100 at a time against Ed Bolian and the likes, and being the biggest idiot to bring it home for, I think, $17,750. So after shipping and everything, I paid 19 grand for the car. I am in at $35,000 right now. So in the last episode you saw in this car, I got the car running again after I bricked it with a minor electrical fault. In this episode, we're gonna get rid of that pesky check engine light. We're gonna try to address some other finishing touches. We're gonna get it nice and cleaned up, which I've already done. And then we're gonna get it photographed and listed. So I'm gonna combine my auction best practices here with the burning, yearning desire to get the heck rid of this thing. As they say, the most expensive thing you can do is buy a cheap Bentley, and we're about to find out how true that really is. If you're interested, stick around to the very end to see everything currently wrong and fixed with it, a rundown of my costs, and figure out what you want to bid, because it's going to be live on Cars and Bids with no reserve. So click the link when you're done watching to get the full auction details, place a bid, leave a comment. I hope you've enjoyed this series. It's going to be my most expensive one yet, in the sense that unlike the Murcielago, the P38, I am almost certainly going to lose money on it. It's just a matter of how much. Let's get in and go for a drive over to the mechanics, give them the laundry list of things I want fixed. Hope it's not too expensive, because all my friends are telling me to stop spending money and just bail on it. But I hate to leave a project unfinished, and I also think it'll dramatically hurt what little resale value I hope to get back from this. So I'm gonna do one last shot, or maybe two, depending on how expensive it is, to get everything fixed, or as much fixed as I can on this Bentley Arnage T, and then it is off to the auction block. So let's head on over to mechanic number one and figure out how we can get rid of this check engine light. We are taking the Multipla to go pick up the Bentley, just swapping out hoopties for hoopties. I'm saving money on Uber. What a financially responsible thing to do here. The Bentley shop was not able to fix any of my lights, which absolutely stinks, but you need that special coating tool. So I got to decide whether I want to take a $6,000 credit card hold and do that. I'm gonna try to go over to one more shop that might have it and just beg them to let me borrow their coder in the parking lot for 10 minutes, because it's literally all it will take if I can get the right tool. So back to European Coach here, and oh my gosh, their parking lot's so full I can't even get in. Not much fixed, but that's okay. Either rent the scan tool or he gave me some other pointers, and there was zero charge. So I like zero charge. That fits the budget, especially given how far over I am. And he's backing out a really sick M5 right now. So cool stuff all around. And then there's the Fiat. We're back in the Bentley, and despite the Christmas tree showing up there, it drives really nice. Especially after driving the Multipla for a couple of weeks. This thing has so much power. The sound of it, just like the guttural sound, like as you get onto it, is really fun. I miss this car a little bit. It is certainly more pleasant to drive than to just worry about. Once again, in a familiar sight, this time it's not broken. It is heading to Willow Springs Raceway for the reopening ceremony. It's going to be used in a vendor booth, so they'll send me some videos of that, but I couldn't make it, so just loading the car out to be a nice guy and hoping someone sees it and says I want to keep it.
And the first thing we noticed was that you were using an Arnage as a merch booth, which is one of the the best uses of a Bentley Arnage possible.
I've never driven one, but they do look
Really?
they do look gangster.
That I would have thought
You
that
didn't
would
drive
be,
it up there or back down? Oh,
No, we drove it there on a truck, I think.
No, you should drive one of them. They're awesome.
I would love to. Yeah,
That would be a perfect car.
they're probably good value. Like, right? They're not expensive these days.
They are cheap.
They're cheap and they're expensive
I didn't
to
want to
maintain.
say that, you know.
They're expensive to keep running.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why. But if you want to use one every day, then they're good.
Yeah,
You have to use them a lot.
it's a great car.
And now we're off to David Nutley's. He has the correct Bentley scanner tool to reprogram the clock spring and some other cool stuff too, so fingers crossed this time does the trick. All right, we picked it up, 220 bucks, 1 hour labor to code the steering angle sensor, cleared a bunch of other codes, including a problem with the immobilizer. So hopefully we are one step closer to getting this sold. Thank you to David Nutley Automotive here in San Diego. And 2 weeks later, we're back. Only $938 in damage here. We replaced a blown out fuse, and there's a new one coming in, and replaced a pressure sensor. So let's hope this is the final straw here. We're gonna get it photographed and sold before it breaks again. All right, and I just spoke to them. Apparently the brake pressure sensor that they replaced did not fix it, so that was kind of just wasted money, but at least there's no check engine light anymore. And the ABS light, they said this is a common problem in the BMWs of this sort of era, and the best bet is actually to get the ABS control module rebuilt. So take it out, send it in. I'm kind of done with this car. I am not going to send that in, so we're going to sell it with an ABS light on. It's really just a BS thing. I think it does disable traction control, so you cannot just consider that a feature to do smoky burnouts a little easier. But at least it's driving, it's running, and there's no check engine light, so it's smoggable and sellable in California, which is what I was really going for. That was just a fuse, but a fuse that wasn't easy to get to, not one of the standard fuses or anything like that. So glad I had them do it, and $900, I guess, just it's a cheap bill for this car, even though it stinks. So I'm at $34,750. Let's call it $35,000, since I'm sure I'm missing some miscellaneous stuff here and there. So 35 grand on this Arnage. If you'd asked me a year ago, is an Arnage worth 35K? I'd probably say yes, but based on the comps and all the auctions I've tracked in the last year, I don't think I'll get that number. I would be stoked if I did, but I am going to brace myself to take a bath here. I am hopeful someone pays up, knowing that I have all the service documentation and that I've taken good care of it, and it's a really cool spec. But at the end of the day, eek, this is gonna be a bloodbath. On the plus side, my dad gets into town tonight. This will be the third time he's visited. My dad's a big Rolls-Royce Bentley fan, been in the Rolls-Royce Owners Club forever. So I'm finally gonna give him a drive in it, since the last 2 times he visited, the car was out of mechanics, not running. So that's a silver lining, I guess. And also, I can finally prep to sell it. So stinks to spend $1 grand, lose 2 weeks, and basically just get a fuse repaired. But I'll have one last fond weekend with it. Hopefully it doesn't break again. And then it's gone, and I can move on to the next adventure. And my dad loved the car, especially how beautiful it was and how pretty the purple was, but he declined my offer to take the car from me, even free of cost. So he's back over to Wyoming, and I'm stuck with this car yet again. I'm waving the white flag, or in this case, the checkered flag, but either way, that means it's the end of the Arnage for me. I've had it almost exactly a year. It came in a very sorry state. I've spent over $15,000 and made the car cosmetically an 8 out of 10, I would say. The wood looks amazing. The interior looks great. There's one tear in the leather. There's a little clear coat failure up here, but nothing too bad. And mechanically it runs great, compression test, all that, but it's still plagued by ongoing ABS lights and warning lights that don't materially affect the driving experience, the airbag light, but they do diminish the resale value. But I'm done chasing those lights. It's been in the mechanic twice in this episode alone, which you'll see, and $1,200 later, I don't have a check engine light, but I'm still with the ABS light, still with the airbag light, and I could keep chasing it, but it's time to move on to a new project. The defects are just we got some paint fade on the clear coat right here. We've got a little scratch right down here, so you could respray that, but I mean, 5 foot away, it doesn't even show. The whole thing's been paint corrected and ceramic coated. The wheels, I did custom center caps. You can see the wheels aren't perfect. There's some dings here and there. This side of the car is really nice. Again, the wheels were really bad. I've touched them up and done a good job polishing them, but they're, an ideal person would refinish that. There's some clear coat failure again right here, but overall, I mean, that hood and that purple, what sells it is the spec as well as all the recent maintenance. Is it perfect? No. Is it in pretty decent shape? Yes. Again, the inside, this wood, getting it refinished, you will not find another Arnage like this unless it's been refinished. They all crack, but the wood is absolutely beautiful. All the pieces were redone, minus a couple that you can't tell. It has an air freshener. Thank you, Sean, for telling me it stunk. The redwood leather is really, really cool. You can see even the headliner, everything in it. So this car for 19 grand is a hell of a buy. I mean, just tons and tons of cool stuff. Huge back seat. The back seats are power recline. I have this cover on it because there is a tear in the leather, and I just don't want it to get worse when kids or dogs or whatever are going through. So the looks worse on camera, but it's there. Again, wood refinished in the back. Everything's here. All the dials and knobs. I mean, it's a complete and beautiful car. There's one dent right here that's kind of annoying, and another one right here. So I had the rest PDR. This one is a new one after the PDR guy came. The other one was just too hard to get to. There's a few like buttons that aren't the best looking. This seat bolster has, for 50,000 miles, looks a little worse than you would think, but not terrible. Again, cosmetically, the car is a 8 out of 10, I would call it. And mechanically, again, we'll just show the gauge cluster here. Let it warm up. It's had an oil change compression test. Tons of recent work. That ABS light just won't go away. The airbag light will eventually come on too. Other than these pesky lights, runs and drives great. There's maybe a slight vibration at idle when the engine's still cold. I'm guessing it's a motor mount. It's pretty minor, but you can see there that ABS light. My mechanic says, again, you can just send out the ABS control module, get it rebuilt. Doesn't look that hard to remove, but I'm done doing all this. Oh, the other major flaw, yeah, there's no screen there. I broke it trying to replenish it. Again, you could do something, or you could just turn this into like a storage bin up here for your miscellaneous stuff. I think the move is to put like an Android system or something. I have just a basic Blaupunk head unit here that connects Bluetooth for streaming. It's got heated seats, memory seats, all the buttons work. This window, you can see here, it goes down like you have to like nudge it a bit by bit. It does not go down all on its own. I tried to have that one rebuilt, and they said basically the motor has a short in it and they can't rebuild it. So you need to hunt down a new motor for it, which you can find a parts breaker to do it. Everyone wanted to sell me the whole unit and wanted stupid money for it. So I figured at least wait till it breaks, because nudging it down isn't the end of the world here. The rest of the windows work great, and actually have had them rebuilt. Otherwise, you can see here all the gauges work, oil pressure, gas, everything is normal. It's really a nice car other than these stupid ABS and airbag lights there. So those are the bane of your existence. A mere 50,000 miles, those are all original. It's a nice place to be. So if you're interested, this will be on Cars and Bids with no reserve. And I will hope that it goes to a good home, someone that understands all the things that come along with owning Arnage, but are willing to put in the elbow work and ship it around from mechanic to get it right. So if you're interested in a great driver, this car's for you. If you're looking for a perfect one, run far, far away, but I hope you at least check out the auction, leave me a comment, and maybe bid if you're so inclined. It'll be no reserve, so it could go a lot cheaper. To tally this up too, I'm in the car, $19,000 is the purchase price, and $35,000 all in. That includes all my tows, my mechanic bills, a lot of parts, frankly, the wood refinishing, which was $3,500 alone. I maybe got carried away with all the cosmetics. The car does look amazing, so I don't regret it. It's wonderful to look at. But mechanically and the electronically has really been sort of the gremlins that are hard to sort out. And I think, like an old Range Rover, at some point you just have to learn to accept those flaws and drive it anyways, which is what the ideal next owner would do. But there will be an ABS light on, there will be an airbag light on. You could keep hunting those and try to get them to go away, but the brakes work great. The airbags, you don't really want to find out. So I would just live with it if it were me. But we are done. Goodbye, Bentley. It's been real. Good knowing you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Peace.